My name is Gonzales, and I'm a lifelong resident of St. Bernard, as well as a sixth-generation St. Bernard descendant. My great-grandfather was a multi-term assessor of St. Bernard Parish over 100 years ago. I also graduated from Chalmers High in 1976 and University of New Orleans in 1980. I'm married to Peggy Gonzales, and we have 3 children. I've been a practicing certified public accountant for over 31 years, the last 29 of those in St. Bernard. I strongly support preserving the homestead exemption as well as increasing it. I'd like to implement an information sharing system among all the assessors of Louisiana to ensure that no one receives multiple homestead exemptions. The duties of the assessor must extend well beyond just the assessment of residential real estate, which accounts for only 1/3 or $120 million of St. Bernard's taxable base. The other 2/3 or $240 million of our taxable base is comprised of commercial and industrial entities and public utilities. Therefore, it's imperative that our new assessor possess the skills necessary to read, evaluate, and understand the financial records and reports of these entities. This knowledge will help ensure that St. Bernard receives its fair and due compensation from these entities. And if St. Bernard receives its fair and due compensation, it affords the homeowners their best opportunity of keeping their residential real estate taxes at the lowest possible level. In my practice as a certified public accountant, I read, evaluate, understand, and even prepare commercial and industrial financial reports on almost a daily basis. I'm vastly familiar with the requirements of the assessor's office as I regularly submit required documentation on behalf of my clients to various assessor's offices in St. Bernard, New Orleans, St. Tammany, Jefferson, Plaquemine, Baton Rouge, and St. John parishes. Thank you.
The office has always run very smoothly over the past several years. However, every candidate feels that it needs to be made better. What would you do to improve the assessor's office?
Well, while the Louisiana Tax Commission already has all the assessments of all 64 parishes currently available online, I believe the most current technologically advanced equipment needs to be employed to promote efficiency and productivity, and we should develop a more state-of-the-art website where assessments can be viewed online. It will promote fairness and transparency in all assessments.
Louisiana is one of the very few states that has an inventory tax, and we as the St. Bernard Parish Chamber of Commerce obviously view that as a tax on business. What would be your plans to lobby the legislature to remove the inventory tax, and how would you go about that, Mr. Gonzales?
Well, the inventory tax provides a direct dollar-for-dollar tax credit off of your tax return. Anybody who's paying inventory tax in St. Bernard and not getting their full refund from Louisiana is missing the boat. That's the #1 problem I see when I take on clients. They're unaware that the credit exists. So when you pay inventory tax in St. Bernard or any other parish in Louisiana, you get a direct dollar-for-dollar credit off of whatever tax return you file, be it individual, corporation, partnership. So in effect, you don't pay anything, you get it back. That should be.
In your answer, you state that most folks don't know it as your profession as a CPA. How would you bring that forward?
It would be advertised as part of the website that I propose should be implemented. It should be common knowledge.
Thank you, Mr. Gonzales.
What sets me apart from the other candidates for assessor is the vast multitude of experience that I've obtained in my nearly 32 years as a practicing certified public accountant. I possess the skill set necessary to operate the assessor's office at its fullest potential. I have the ability to read and evaluate the financial records and reports of the commercial entities which represent the largest portion of our taxable base. Assessing residential real estate is fairly simple, and that most of the data is a given. You're using the surrounding comparable sales and transfers to arrive at a value for the subject property. However, evaluating financial records of commercial entities requires a great deal of experience because there are no comparables and there are no givens, and each company's financial records are unique to that company. Remember, over 2/3 or $240 million of our taxable base consists of non-residential property.
Thank you, Mr. Gonzales.
Thank the Chamber for hosting this event, as well as the audience for their attendance and all the viewers at home. And I'd like to revisit a topic we spoke about a few minutes ago, the inventory tax, and the importance of having an assessor who understands financial reporting. Recently, St. Bernard experienced the private sale of a refinery, and it was valued at $700 million. $350 million was for property and plant, and $350 million was for inventory. Now, crude oil that is stored in a producer's tanks are not subject to ad valorem taxes. And that's the importance. I'd like to be able to look at those financial statements and take on the Valeros chunk of tax dollars to St. Bernard. So my mission for the Assessor's Office is to treat all property owners fairly, responsibly, and with integrity in administering the property tax laws as promulgated by the Louisiana Tax Commission. My profession as a certified public accountant for over 31 years has been a virtual training ground for the Office of Assessor. The professional qualifications, experience, integrity, and skill set that I bring to this office render me the most uniquely qualified candidate for the Office of Assessor. Not can I promise anyone that I can lower their real estate taxes, but I can promise everyone that you will not pay 1 cent more than you are legally obligated to pay. I will be your full-time assessor, always accessible without appointment during normal business hours. I will even meet with people on Saturdays if that's what their work schedule dictates. I'm an independent candidate with no political affiliations and the only certified public accountant in the race for assessor.